going on, everybody? What's going on? Just waiting for a few people to get up in the building. Good afternoon on this beautiful Saturday. I got a real good topic I really want to talk about. Hope my microphone is sounding real good. So I'm just gonna wait for a few people to drop in, and it ain't gonna be a long live, maybe half hour. Who knows? But I got something I really want to talk about, something deep. Um, so we'll get to it real soon. So we're just gonna enjoy some of this Walmart music. Hey, like my boy Willis say, hey. All right. Enough of the music, enough of the music, enough of the music. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. For those that's new to my channel, I am Mr. Sinnizter, the trucker. Just came up on my 9 years in this trucking game, June 27th. Special shout out to my trainer, Mike. Came up on his 1 year anniversary since he passed. So, I continue to make sure that I keep his name alive. And he taught me what I know about trucking. I got a clean driving record, no violations, no failed drug tests, no accidents, no preventables. So something just recently happened. Hold up. Before I even get into what I'm going to say, how does the microphone sound? I'm actually hooked up to my studio equipment. So I got my studio mic hooked up. I'm not speaking through my MacBook. This is through my actual studio equipment. So today, I want to talk to a lot of my truckers out there because this is a real big thing. Something just happened to me. And I said, damn, I got to come and prepare everyone else. Not saying that y'all not prepared, but I think this is something good for new drivers coming in. I've been reaching out to a lot of the new drivers coming in. That's on YouTube. I've been reaching out to them and just, let them know, like, listen, put money away. But let's get up in here. Let's get up in here. Shout out to my boy Dope Law in the building. Yo, Dope Law, I appreciate you. Thank you for standing up for me and understand where I was coming from. And you know what I'm talking about. I don't got to go into particulars, but thank you, brother. I appreciate you. You always been in my corner. You always had my back. Even when no one was looking, someone was looking. And I just want to let you know you're a real one. So thank you for that. So uh Transportation LLC, King Kong in the building. You already know. Shout out, shout out. Dollar. Dollar says, Sin, I just jumped on with a local company as a route driver, home every night, making 100K. Man, listen, congratulations. Congratulations. Yo, if that, you see what I'm saying? If that works for you and your family, yo, that's great, man. So I titled this video, I titled this live, you gotta, what I titled this live, damn it. Oh, having a way out with these trucking companies. The hard truth. So, oh, hold on, y'all. Hey, Nadia. What up, Nadia? Wait, I'm sorry. I was texting someone back. I'll call them back. Um, Nadia in the building. Shout out, shout out. Um, have a way out with these trucking companies. So, yeah, dope low. I'll make you a moderator. That's no problem. I'm barely live, but you always been a real one, bro. Hold on. There you go, brother. There you go. Shout out to dope low. So, yeah, at the end of the day, so we come out here, we sacrifice a lot with trucking, and we're away from our families. And when bills get crazy, we stay out. We stay out for a long time. Wait a minute. Hold up. Hold up. What's up, son? Got my authority just waiting on my plates. Man, listen, making moves. G Nation, you see what I'm saying? This is what G Nation is about. Making moves. Making moves. Making moves silently. Making moves silently. Accomplish the goal, then say something. But let's get really, I really want to get into this topic about having a way out of these trucking companies. You know what I've learned? They not your family. They not your friends. And we get the companies and we get close with our dispatchers and we do referral, we refer drivers to these companies. But at the end of the day, the most ruthless people in the world are people in the business field. Ruthless. They are ruthless, cutthroat when it comes to business. It's nothing personal, it's business. And we get the companies, and I'm speaking for self because I've done it. Y'all know where I come from. Y'all know my background. Y'all know I came. My biggest come up was night refrigerated. Doing all the videos and everything like that. I never took none of my night videos down because it just, that's where everything with YouTube just really jumped off for me. Even when I was at Warner, but I ain't stay at Warner long enough. And after all the referrals and representing their company, shirts, hats, truck show, I walked away with nothing. Well, I can't say I didn't walk away with nothing. I walked away with experience. So when I try to go for the dark horse, they wouldn't budge on the numbers, right? No matter how many people was coming through that door because they're like, you know, Sinnizter there. And I always used to tell people, yo, don't come at night because I'm here. Because what might work for me might not work for you. But what might work for you might not work for me. So if you're a new driver, experienced driver, because we always learn it every day in this game of trucking. And Sharp Travels, what's going on? What's going on? Yo, LB, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Hope the family doing good. So we get put on with these companies. We do videos with these, we do videos. We show the name of the company because, we getting out the truck. As y'all noticed, like after I left Night, remember when I first started doing trucking videos, I was at Warner. Y'all knew I was at Warner. Y'all saw the name. Then I went over to Night. I did all that at Night. I don't regret nothing I've done, but I've learned. Thank you, Nadia. I've learned. So as I continue to go through this process of climbing and moving up and trucking, I've learned at the end of the day, we are a liability, right? Let me tell you why I say that. We're an asset to a certain extent because you can get they can sit you, you can be stuck at a terminal and have you sit. They can have you at a hotel and have you waiting for a trainer for a certain amount of time. They can starve you out. Now, after I left Night that first time and I went over to Tribe and I stayed at Tribe for about a month, I left Tribe. I flew back home, left Tribe, right? Yo, Chris, what's going on, man? Where you been? Chris in the building. I ain't see you in a minute, Chris, man. I hope everything's good in life. Um, Went to Tribe for a month, went back to Night, started running out of a different terminal than Memphis. Asking for more miles, not really going home, trying to play catch up and get bills knocked out. And we all know what happens when bills get crazy and you on the road, you stay out longer because you trying to play catch up because as soon as the wheels stop turning, you stop earning. You ain't making no money. So not just the fact that you're not making no money to knock out the bills, you might have a dispatcher who just want to talk crazy to you, like you not, like you their children. And sometimes you gotta come sideways out your face, like, yo, first of all, hold up, don't talk to me like that. Because I'm not your child. I'm a grown man or you're a grown woman for the woman that's trucking. But at the end of the day, when you pack your stuff and get up out that truck, there's another driver that's coming right in either that week in orientation or they already there. As soon as you get out your truck, there's someone else going in that truck. So Here's something I need drivers to really put in their head. Yo, Frank, what's going on? Listen, y'all, you work at a company, and it comes a time when we gotta move. You know in your heart, like, yo, this ain't working for me. I gotta bust a move. So it was a driver that I ran across to from Texas at the company I was at, and they was letting them go. So we up in Illinois, he live in Texas. They ain't tell him they was letting him go. Cause you know why? Cause he could have went to the house, got a lot of that stuff out of the truck, and then come back up to Illinois, turn the truck in, and he could have found his way back home. But they didn't do that. So peep game, peep game. When you work at these truck companies, lease, lease purchase, company, have a way to get yourself home because they are not obligated to making sure that you get home. And they'll leave you stuck. They'll leave you stuck. So the driver was up in Illinois. I was talking to him. He had no credit card. So, one, make sure you get you some type of credit card and have room to be able to go to Avis or Enterprise or Hertz to be able to get you a rental car because who want to throw their stuff out? And no, you don't want to. We sit here, we live in these trucks. We accumulate things over time. You can't take all this stuff on Greyhound. And the company that you're driving for don't got to get you a rental to send you home. That's your problem. I'm not saying all companies do that, but at the end of the day, we're just going to assume all companies will do this to you, depending on if y'all got mouthy with each other. It's been some level of disrespect, but don't leave yourself where you don't have no room to bust a move. That's what this whole live is about. Make sure you get your credit in order. If you don't have a credit card and you trucking, get you one. Go through Capital One. You could do a pre-approval. This is how I first got my first credit card. Game, y'all. This is game. I went through Capital One. They got build credit, rebuilding credit, have credit. Go in there, put rebuild credit. They're gonna probably ask you for a processing fee. Sometimes it could be $29, $49, $100, or I think $200. Take your cell phone bill. When you know your cell phone bill coming up and you got the money in your bank account, pay your cell phone bill with your credit card. Call your credit card company, Capital One. I'm gonna use Capital One. This is how I learned how to start building my credit. So they start reporting. They start reporting to the credit bureaus on the 14th of each month. Pay your cell phone bill. The 14th is when Capital One is going to call the three credit bureaus to say, hey, who can I use? Dope Law. Uh, yeah, Dope Law charged $140 on the card. Now, when the 14th come around, make sure you pay your balance on your credit card and leave maybe $5 on there. Because the lower your balance is on, if you had a $200 credit card, you got $5, the more points you get. Start working on building that credit line up so you be able to get a rental to be able to get home. Hey Trinity, you know what I mean? Make sure you build that credit line up to be able to get a rental for you to be able to get your stuff out this truck and get an SUV, because these truck companies is not obligated to making sure you get home, and they don't care about you taking all your stuff. So this driver was sitting, I'm talking to him. He's trying to find a he's trying to find a way to get home. He had no credit card, so guess what? Can't get a rental. Went to U-Haul. U-Haul was an arm and a leg to even try to get a van. So I don't know how he got home because I didn't see him when I got back to the yard because my truck was down and I was at the hotel. But I don't know how he got home. I don't know if they helped him with the remaining amount. They cut a check or whatever. So have that money, because that credit card is going to get you home. That credit card, you might not even go home. You might just use that credit card, get a rental, and set orientation up and go to another company, because to go home, you got to turn around, go home, unpack all that stuff, get in contact with a company. If you at a company and it's not working for you, and you know when it's not working for you, first, what I'm going to need you to do is take a moment to sit still. Don't make no decisions while you angry, while you frustrated, while you aggravated. You really gonna have to sit down and breathe. Your check ain't been right. They been having you sitting in and out of the shop with the truck. Have you changing trucks, trailer issues, and you got bills coming up. You tapped your savings accounts because you might have been at the hotel and everything is up. You Grubhub food, by the time you order what you want with Grubhub, you at $30. You at $40. So you blown through your money. You might have a few people that you cool with that you can reach out, but you try not to reach out and ask people to look out because they got their own situation going on, or they might just not have it. Also, for drivers that's coming into the trucking industry and you on the truck with a trainer, this goes for you too. Make sure you have that credit card, because it's times in this industry where trainers done put students off at truck stops, kick them out at truck stops with they betting. Now I don't know what the company did with that trainer, but have a way out. I said to myself, just recently, I don't allow them to have the opportunity to fire you. Leave. Clean the truck up, clean it up, because you know how you feel when you go to a company, you get a truck, it be dirty. You be like, man, and yeah, they clean it for you, but you're gonna clean the truck after you get it anyway because it has to meet your standard at the end of the day. And you gotta have a way out, because you can't and go to a rental car place and try to get a rental car with a debit card. It happened. I tried it. Avis told me I was at a company last year and I need to get out of there. I was already popped. My credit cards was already maxed out. Both my credit cards. Savings account was gone. I blew through it, trying to stay afloat. Anything that I grabbed and I was running with was just going back to the debt that the company created and got me trapped in. I ain't call home, asked my sister for nothing. I said, you know what? I don't want to, but I got to. And I'm grateful that I had this. And that was me investing. I have Robinhood and I got Stash. I went in my Robinhood. I went in my Robinhood and yo, it took everything in my power not to want to sell stock. But I'm like, yo, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. And I had to sell enough stock so I can pay off my Capital One credit card. And anybody that's investing, you know, each week you try to put something. Some weeks you might not be able to put nothing. And you know how long it takes for you to get to that balance that you have in there. But once you make that withdrawal, it's like, yo, over the last 6 months of you putting in, just in a matter of a half hour, you do withdrawal, how easy that balance go down. So thank God I had that. So I managed to bring the credit card balance down enough for me to be able to go to Avis and get a rental car to go from one truck company, throw all my stuff. I live in my truck. Remember, I don't have no apartment. I live in my truck. I'm on the road the majority of the time. So I got threw all my stuff in the car. It made no sense to go all the way back to the Bronx because I'm gonna have to turn around and come right back out and find me a company. So I set up orientation with another company and brought all my stuff with me. And then I also had the car for that amount of time, you know, for the amount of days of orientation. Because when you at and who want to bring all that stuff upstairs to take it all back downstairs to put it in the car? So I got an SUV, had all my stuff, bedding, toolbox, two luggage bags. I just you know everything how fast we can rack up things in these trucks. You know, Row Pro oven, coffee maker, and then you find yourself you got to get rid of some stuff. You got to throw some stuff away so you don't be tugging so much. You got to downsize. Then you got your TV, you got your PlayStation, you got you got your MacBook or you know your laptop. You know, so your GPS and your steering wheel cover, your airline, you know, because you buy an airline, you know, you don't want to leave that. That's money you spent. Then if you a driver who buying chrome for your wheels, like you got to take all that stuff off. And remember, I used to do all that, buy chrome, polish rims. I used to do all that. Now I'm at a point in my career. I'm like, man, listen, as long as this truck run, I ain't worrying about polishing nothing. For real, I'm not polishing the rim. I ain't polishing the tank. None of that. But these companies, this is business. You go to a small company. It's all good. It was all good a week ago. It was all good a week ago. But after a while, you start picking up. You start noticing things here. You start noticing things here. Y'all have a little disagreement. Don't sit somewhere where someone talk to you like you talk to you crazy for real, because they will try it. And you have to have a way out. You have to have a way out. They could be, hey, what's good, brother? Hey, how you doing, sis? Because at the end of the day, we replaceable. Your butt sitting in that seat today. Next week, another butt be sitting in that seat, holding that same steering wheel you was just holding. Get in. If you in this game, get your money. Get your money, and make sure you put your money to work. They not obligated to make. They not obligated to making sure you good getting home. Yo, John, what's going on, brother? Look, Trinity said it right here. I know this all too well. I gave away a lot of stuff at a truck stop. I just had a driver. I just had a driver outside a pilot. I was coming out the store, walking back to my truck. Driver got out the truck. He said, hey. I said, yeah, what's going on, brother? He was like, you want some oatmeal? I'm like, nah, I'm good. He's like, oh, no, it's not open. He was like, yo, I got a flight to catch. So he was, so whatever food he had, because I saw the other driver sitting on like the curve towards the back of the trailer. So I don't know if it was a situation where they bumped heads, if he was on training and he just was done with it. But he like, yo, I got a flight to catch. So, I didn't want to just throw it away. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Now, like I said, I don't know if he was on training or not, but you can't take a lot of your stuff on a plane and you'll find yourself at a truck stop. You got to get rid of stuff. Yo, I just, you know how we in the truck stop, you buy those assorted shirts because everyone done bought those assorted shirts. The ones with the different colors. Be like, what is it? 4 in the pack, 5 in the pack. You find yourself having 1,000 of them shirts. Yeah, I just did a whole garbage bag. I just did a whole garbage bags of getting rid of clothes. I got like 6 pair of jeans. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, I gotta bust a move. I gotta bust a move. So I'm like, okay, I gotta downgrade some. I gotta get rid of some stuff. Got rid of my GoPro, my RoPro oven. Well, because the seal was messed up on it anyway. So I got rid of that. My coffee, the little coffee maker we get at the truck stop, I got rid of that. I had it for a long time, still worked, but it's like I'm trying to cut down on how much I need to pack away in a rental. So you got, if you're doing lease or you're doing lease purchase, you got your yellow envelopes because you got your receipts and all of that stuff. You got to take all that. GPS, your pillows. I just threw my pillows away. I got one pillow, my memory pillow. But we set our trucks up because that's home. We in it the majority of the year. You got 2 pillows. You got 4 pillows. You buy a bed in a bag. You get the blanket, the quilt, the little pillows with it. I just got rid of those. Why? Because I gotta make room so I be able to bust this move. And you sit here and just as much as we spend money on food, we spend money on throwing things away when it comes to trucking. Because you got so much you got to pack up and you got to maneuver. And a lot of us don't switch companies, so we already know how to move. You got to go through the cabinets. If you got cleaning supplies, I got cleaning supplies. Got the TV, got the PlayStation, got games. you know, you might have your power strips, your power inverter. You got to take that. Got plastic bags here, bags here. You got to figure out a way to get all that out the truck and on your way to the next destination. Excuse me. So this game is shady. This game is shady. And we come a dime a dozen. They not our friends. They not our family. They not from the same hood you from. They ain't grow up with you. And at the end of the day, when you gone, the next driver's in that truck under the next load. You take that money that you making and you invest that money. You take that money and you build up your savings account. You build up emergency accounts so you can bust a move. Because if you don't, you're gonna be in this game and you're gonna be hurt. You're gonna be hurt. Because guess what? Some family ain't got, some of your family members might not have no credit at all. Can't get you nothing. Can't send you can't send you $500. How many people can how many people can you call back home and be like, yo, can you send me $500? We are steering wheel holders and we come a dime a dozen. Truck school got students in it right now. Well, today's Saturday, so they at the hotel. But Monday they got a whole new class. Dope law, you know I had to. You know, I don't do too many lives, but when I do, I come with it. Listen, I've been there and I'm tired of the struggling. And I'm trying to live comfortable. I ain't say I'm trying to be rich. I'm trying to live comfortable. But I don't want to be a hostage to the truck neither. And sometimes we get in situations where bills is crazy and you got to be a hostage to the truck because you got to run because everything is on your back. This is men and women in this game. Men and women in this game. A lot of us got it's on us. If we don't make it happen, guess what? We don't got nobody we can fall back on to help bail us out. Cause some of our people is in situations where it's like, damn, I want to be able to help my homeboy out, but I can't even help him out because I got to get myself elevated. And you buy things from these truck stops and you know how expensive and overpriced they are. And you running and you running and you running and you grinding and you tired. The cat scale ticket just went up. What cat to scale your loads out is what now? 13.50, almost $14. Showers is what? $14. Reserve parking is just reserve parking is crazy. Reserve parking is crazy. And then if you're a company driver, and everybody financial situations is different because some people got cars. So you got your car insurance, your car note, cell phone bill. If you got an apartment or you got a mortgage, you might have storage. So a lot of people got, Netflix and these apps to watch movies. Then you might be at a company that don't give you that might not have a refrigerator in the truck, that might not have a microwave in the truck. So you eating out. Then we eating the unhealthy stuff. You buy a salad. The salad is more expensive than the the bad food. And you tired of changing companies. You tired of moving because you've been in the game for a certain amount of time. You tired of moving. You're trying to get somewhere because you're trying to come. You're trying to live comfortable. You're trying to build up your savings. You're trying to Those that got credit card debt, you trying to knock that down. If you got a loan, you trying to knock the loan down. If you're trying to save up to go get a house, you trying to get that done. Then if you're in trucking and you're dealing with relationship issues, that's another level of stress on top of everything else going on. If you're sitting for a certain amount of time at a dock, every time you decide that you're gonna make them, every time you decide to make a move, look, Trinity said two storages, one still in another state. I got storage. I got storage back in the city, 155 a month. You know what I mean? And it's important stuff. So, because you'll get the person, oh, well, why don't you just take the stuff out of storage? You don't got no apartment. No, I got important things in there. You can't take everything and leave at someone else's house. Then you got your storage, then you got your cell phone bill. And then how many times you done miss your cell phone bill, and then by the time you look at it, it be already at 200 because you late on last month's bill and you in the news cycle. Then some weeks you running, excuse me, some weeks you running and you don't even get your third trip in, your trip short. Then once you start getting into that negative, you in the hole. Now you got to fight and grind to get out of the hole. And right, Trinity, these things is unpredictable. You don't know when the breakdown gonna come. You don't know when you're gonna have to bust a move. You stop. You like, yo, I'm gonna go try this company out. You go over there, it don't work out. Guess what? You already stopped your money, your flow of money because you already stopped you put the brakes on the truck you was in, so you can go ahead, move your stuff, go to the next company. Anytime I had to make a move and go to another company, I prep myself mentally. I'm like, yo, I'm going to make this work because failure is not an option. I don't have no room to sit here and get there and don't think I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure I walk out of there and I got keys to a truck. I'm not worrying about my background coming back crazy because I know how clean my record is. Anytime I made a move, I kept it to myself and I moved in silence. I've been to more than one truck company. But my resume don't show me as a what I used to call it, a trucker whore. When you jump company, jump company, jump company, jump company, jump company, your employment history tells the next employer, this person ain't this person, why, all right, you was at this company for a month. Why you over here? Why you left that company after a month? What happened? Because that shows your level of, all right, this person, wait, why should we hire you every month on your work history? It shows like you stayed at CR England for a month, then you went over to Western Express for a month and a half, then you left there and then you went over to Prime. You stayed at Prime for 4 months. This is a track record. They look at your level of consistency and your, all right, can you be loyal and stay consistent at a job, at a company? Because every time we look, every month, month and a half, 3 months, 4 months, you jumping. What's going on? Every company has an issue. Every company you've been to got an issue, or could it just be you? Because if you out here and you trying to find the perfect company, man, listen, you're gonna forever be a jackrabbit. You always gonna be a trucker whore because every company has its issues. Every company. Every company has its issues, but it comes down to what level of the BS you can tolerate. Because what you can tolerate and I can tolerate don't mean someone else can tolerate it. You know what I mean? But you got to find you a place that works for you at the end of the day. Because look at the money you got to spend making the moves to change. To change. You go to orientation, you sitting there, you getting through that. Then you get in the truck, you get your load, and now you back to starting again, playing catch up. And then you see a company that might be paying, uh, hey, maybe 5 cent more, and you watch someone else over there making it work, and then you go over there and guess what? It don't work for you. It don't work for you. Let me check some of these chats. I'm sorry, I ain't even been posting none of the messages. I just try not to break my level of concentration. Okay, so who was it? I just saw somebody up in here. Okay, Trinity said, gave up a house to live in the truck, all those things in storage I worked hard for. Shoot. Nadia said, that part, 100. Say that, son. Trinity said, then you got to work with no money until you can start back on your feet. Exactly. You take a step back. And there's nothing wrong with taking a step back, but how many more times are we going to continue to keep taking steps back? When are we going to really educate ourselves financially and be like, yo, I'm got to get something put away. You got to put something away every week because you just never know with trucking what can happen. Let's see. Chevy Box Boy said, in trucking, it's okay to be a job hopper. Okay. Yeah, well, you know what, Chevy Boy? It is people that is job hoppers in this game. But for the ones that got trying to get to where they trying to go, after a while, ain't you tired of moving? It gets tiring of moving. You know, someone say something to you crazy, you be like, man, listen, I already dealt with that with another company, and then you ready to take off. You ain't gonna talk to me like that. Not just the fact of that, when you got everything backed up on you, you can't go home. You know what I learned? Trucking shows you the value of time. Trucking really shows you the value of time. Yo, today is July 1st already. And I know everyone knows someone in the last 6 months that switched jobs, still complaining about something in life and have not made a move to make it better. But it's everybody else's fault. It's everybody else's fault, but don't take no accountability for their actions. Because sometimes people put themselves in situations that put them in those situations. uh Chris said, get in where you fit in. That part. Oh, I'm sorry. Trinity says some people don't think about that and wonder why they get minimum page. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Big Pun said facts. Trinity said, I think it's okay to hop if you're better than you, unless there's an extremely situation, extraneous circumstances. Nadia said, don't forget to hit that like button on the way in. Please hit that like button. So Trinity said, thanks for the reminder. Keeps me humble as a local company driver. Yo, any day you can be stepping out your truck and roll your ankle. You know, little simple, something simple like that can not, you know, mess you up. And if you got to sit for a minute while you heal, how much money you got put away to handle the bills that's coming up? You can't assume that your friends and your family is going to help bail you out or they're going to have it because everyone is dealing with something. Transportation is expensive. Gas is still expensive. And you can't help everybody else until you be able to help yourself and elevate yourself to a point when you stable and you good and you can breathe. Then you can go back and then you can help your friends, your day ones, or your nephews or your family. So make sure you get that money put away. Make sure you get that money put away. And then you gotta watch out for the ones that you look out for. And every time you turn around, they got their hand in the form of a cup. Hey, can you help me out? Hey, can you lend me $20? Yo, lend me $20 till tomorrow. Right, Nadia? Lend me $20 till tomorrow. Yo, it's hard on everyone. Everyone got different level of expenses. Then you got to get up and we running and we running. You know what I mean? And it's like you know what your goals is. I don't know what your goals is. Your goals is your goals, and your goals is meant to stay secret till they accomplished. Your moves is meant to stay secret. Move in silence. Everyone don't need to know what you're doing because then when you let it out the bag, not everyone, not everybody in trucking is eating. I'm sorry to say it, but fuck it. Nope. Everyone ain't eating. People took loss. I took a loss last year. I took a loss last year. Running and running. Yo, every load I took, y'all, with this company I was with last year, every load I took. And this wasn't even no doing of my own. Payroll the girl in payroll screwed me up. And y'all already know when you come over here, I don't talk about money as far as what I make, but I'll tell you the chaotic how much okay, this repair just cost me this. Because I don't want people to just come over here and be like, oh damn, send me 2,500 this week. And then you try to do it and then it don't work out. You come back and be like, Sin, you said, nah, no, you're not. No, you're not. But what I am going to tell you, you better put money up and stop thinking. It ain't going to happen to you. Because it's one thing in life, I always said to myself, yo, once I took that loss last year, I said, I got to get my money built back up. I got to get my savings built back up because guess what's going to happen? Something is going to come down that pipeline and it's going to have me down and I'm going to be at a hotel. Why? Because You got to understand and learn to play the game of life. The biggest test that you are dealing with is the game of life. That part. You got to learn how to navigate in this thing called life. And life will always challenge you. And you got to learn how to balance the good and the bad. Because when you think about this, when everything was good, your money was good, you was making money, you was spending it, you was getting what you wanted. You ain't think about, hey, you know what? Yo, something's gonna happen. But as you start to get older, you start realizing life always throw you a curveball. At some point, I'd rather be prepared for when it come instead of it come and I'm not prepared. Right, Trinity? I don't want to talk about, oh, I made $3,000 this week in trucking. I was watching the truck on YouTube. He was at a company, and I hate this. I hate this. This is one of my things I hate about truckers that does this on YouTube. They be like, oh well, this week I grossed. You don't go home with the gross, you go home with the net. But see, you'd be surprised. Some people be like, oh man, damn, you gross that much? Yo, you don't go home with the gross. Remember, not everyone knows everything. I don't know everything. And I don't claim to know everything. I'm still learning and growing as a driver in this field. I know where I'm trying to go. I know what I want to accomplish. I got better with handling stressful situations when it come to trucking. When the truck go down, remember I owned the truck already. I had the engine blow out on me. I've been in the shop with a $7,000 shop bill. I've been stuck on the side of the highway, the interstate, waiting for roadside service over 4 hours. You know what I mean? So one thing about life is it's always gonna come and throw you a curveball, but you don't know when and you don't know how. But you gotta have something in place so when them hard times come, you ready. I tell drivers, yo, pay your cell phone bills up and get a credit. Yo, Matt, what's going on? Put money up. And it gets frustrating. And everyone deal with it. Everyone deals with stress and frustration differently. Yes, and you can do your bills on automatic. But why I say, yo, try to pay your bills up at least 2 months in advance. Start breaking your checks down every week. Get all your numbers in order. Get all your numbers. And I mean expenses, your cell phone, storage, rent. Get all your numbers down so you know exactly what you're working with that you need to dedicate your money to. Understand that. Yo, you know what? We get paid every week. Each week you can put little something here, little something. Start getting your cell phone in the so if you have a downtime, your cell phone is paid up for the next 3 months. You don't gotta worry about that. Stop doing it every month. Start factoring, damn, if I'm down for a week or if I'm down for 2 weeks, y'all just been sitting. Yo, real story. I've been sitting for 2 weeks. 2 weeks, y'all. I done changed out of I done changed out of 4 trucks at a company. I've been down for 2 weeks. Anybody who knows that moved in and out of trucks, you know you got to take all your stuff out, climb out of one truck, climb in the other truck, climb out of that truck, get back in your truck, grab more stuff, climb out of that truck, back into the, and then it's hot. And then it's hot. Sweating my ass off. Sweating my ass off. Then they want to ask you, oh, you ready to roll for tomorrow? Man, I just, you know, I'm tired, bro. It's hot. It's humid. It's hot. And they'll try to, oh, well, can you just, yo, I just had a situation where they told me, they said, hey, son. I said, yo, my stuff is in the other truck. My stuff is in the other truck. They said, oh, well, we booked this load. You think you can go get the load and then on your way back this direction with the second load, you can stop at the dealer and get your stuff? I said, no, I'm not leaving my stuff. First of all, I'm not new to this game. Now, the truck went to the dealership with my stuff in it. I come back from the hotel because they had to go in the shop because of a check engine light. I get back to the office. They're like, oh, we got to put you in another truck because we found some other problems with the truck. So I'm like, so they're like, go in the shop and get the permit book and bring us that book. We got another truck for you. I don't want to be moving. You know, I'm already settled in. Yo, Chevy boy, look, it's funny you talk about this. This happened to me 20 years ago with my first trucking company, right? So I'm at the office. They're like, hey, go get the permit book out of your truck. We gonna take get you ready for the next truck. So the new truck they put me in had to get clean and everything like that. So I'm like, man. So I go in the shop. Truck ain't in the shop. So I talk to the guy in the office. I say, yo, truck 931 in here. Oh, no, it's on the yard. Go out, walk around the yard, looking for the truck. Truck not even there. It's hot now. You know, the weather's been nice up here in Illinois. It's been warm and it's humid. Sun beaming, air quality sucks. So I'm walking around the yard. I don't see the truck nowhere. I see the guy who worked on my radio. I say, yo, is 931 up here? Oh no, it's at the dealership 2 miles away. So now so go back in the office, tell them that. I said, I went in there and I just gave them a look in my face like, yo, I'm just disgusted. Like, they was like, oh, you got the permit book? I said, no. The truck is at the dealership with my stuff in it. The guy in the dispatch office is like, wait, what? He shook his head. He didn't even know. So you got those scenarios that happen when communication is a lack, a lack of communication. I said, yo, what's going on with the communication around here? How you not know they took the truck out of the shop and then take it to the dealer and they got my stuff in it? Now, all my important things, as far as my laptop, all that's with me because I was at the hotel. You want to know what's so crazy? I went in the shop to get the radio fixed and come to find out I got a knock sensor that's messed up, something with the DEF, check engine light. Yo. Then when I was in the truck, it was only 2 speakers working in the truck, and it was the top bunk speakers, and they was low. I'm out here driving doing karaoke, motherfuckers. I'm out here doing karaoke. I can't sing to save my ass. It's the end of the world. Yeah. I'm like, yo, I just want some music. I just want some music. Can I have some? First of all, it's already bad enough. A lot of these trucks, the speakers is horrible. You don't really get no bass. You know what I mean? You don't get no bass. You know, these speakers is designed for country music. You ain't worrying about no bass in no country music. You know, these speakers is designed for AM radio. They ain't thinking that we listening to uh down south music or Midwest drill music or West Coast music or East Coast rap with boom bap. These speakers ain't got no bass, man. Ain't got no bass, man. I need some music. So that was truck number 3, y'all. The first truck that I had ran good, real good. White rims. I ain't care. Cause I'm not polishing rims no more. I'm not buying chrome no more. Them days is over. Y'all remember I did all that. Buying the color mud flap. Yo, big pun. I just want some music, man. I just want some music. That's it. I just want to pump some music. Can I listen? I ain't asking to go home. I just want some music. The only speakers that work was the tweeters. The tweeters. the tweeters. The high end part of the speaker. I just want some music. Damn, we y'all know if you a truck driver, y'all know you be lucky you get a truck that got some good bass. These speakers are made for country music and AM radio. You might get a little thump. You yo, let me tell y'all. Then they turned around and said, "Oh, we couldn't do nothing with the radio, right?" So they put a brand new radio in, no power. Now I don't even got the 2 speakers. They're gonna say, "Oh, you're gonna have to get so I already knew where he was going. I said, what, a JBL? Yeah, 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 yeah. So now I gotta go spend what, $300 to get a JBL speaker so I can have some great. I said, yo, maybe I'll just drive with my headphones on. Oh no, that's not good. That was a Friday. Get the truck at the end of that. Get the truck at the end of the day Friday. Get in the truck after they change the radio. How my AC not working now? I go in for a radio, come out with no AC working. Yo, I got my Beats by Dre headphones. Thank God. Thank God. How can I bump my West Coast music through the speakers at the top of the bunk? It's only the high end. You don't get no bass with those speakers. I was struggling. I'm going down the road. I'm trying to grind, but I can't even listen to music because the road, the engine and driving is drowning the sound out. How? Explain to me. Someone gonna have to explain to me how. How? Yo, how? Chris said I kept 2 pair AirPods. Use one while the other was on charge. I was struggling, bro. I'm like, this is. Listen, do y'all not see my skin complexion? I'm black. I need bass in my life. I need bass in my life. What it sound? You know, you ever listen to West Coast music and turn the bass all the way to the negative side with no thump? So the first truck I had was good. It was a Penske truck, so Penske wanted that truck back because I just put 600,000 miles on it. I think I had it at 500,000 miles when the company gave it to me. So, okay, that's no doing to them. It wasn't no engine problem. Okay, they moved me out of that truck, put me in the International, clean the truck out, clean clean out the Cascadia, moved into the International, right? Y'all know how much that moving is back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So that took a whole day. Then you don't want to just take your stuff out of one truck and just throw it in the other truck because then you just doubling up your work. So I got a method. I move everything in the front first, cabinets, then the sleeper. Because I can put it all in place as I'm moving into the new truck. So I get in the second truck. Yo, later that day, AC ain't working. You can't make this up. The AC's not working, right? Because I drove the other truck to park next to the Cascadia I was getting out, and I had it off because I'm just climbing in and out, in and out. AC not working. Go in the shop. They come and tell me at the end of the day, um, that truck is going to have to go to the dealership. They found some other problems with it. I'm like, yo, I just looked at. I'm like, yo, it was all right. We're gonna get you a hotel room. Now I'm doing lease. I'm not doing lease purchase. I'm not buying another truck. Hell no. I'm doing lease. Go to the hotel. Then the next day they told me, "Oh, we gotta put you in another truck." So, all right, they put me in a Volvo. Volvo, good. I'm running. That's the one that had no speakers except the top two bunks. The top bunk with no bass. I need bass. Music ain't coming out from the door speakers. The bottom bunk speakers ain't working. Only the top two at the top of the Volvo. Then they gave me the truck, like, oh, we're gonna look out for you, we're gonna hook you up, right? Gave me the Volvo. Oh, this is a real good truck. Got a strap holding the passenger side fairing on the fender. I said, damn. Driver's side, the side box is being held by the fender that's behind the sleeper. So I said, hell with it, whatever. Moving to that, I wasn't really happy with it, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make it work because it doesn't stop me from. I know there's a goal that I'm trying to accomplish. I run in that. I'm doing good. I ran all the way. I ran with that. Maybe I say maybe 3 months, maybe. Then remember, I just went to the NFL draft, right? Come back from the draft. Remember, I took off a week. I was out for like a week and a half. I come back. That's when they tell me, yo, Penske want that truck back. The International, I moved everything into it in one day. And 2 days later, I'm moving all my stuff out of that International into the Volvo. So I'm down for just about 2 weeks then. Then I started running with the Volvo. Come up to Chicago to get the radio fixed for them to turn around. And I got to move out of that truck and I'm into the fourth truck now. I go in for a radio and come out of there with no truck. I said, I must be the check engine light king right now because every truck they gave me after that Cascadia, that International, I ain't even run a load in that. That went to the shop. I got the Volvo. I was running in that. I'm good. I just go back to get the radio fixed because I'm like, yo, I need some music. I'm going crazy out here. I'm grinding in, and I want some music. Come back, take the truck in the shop for the radio. Come to find out, oh, we got a knock sensor. We got something wrong with the DEF. Oh, check engine light on. And then the radio don't even turn on at all with a new radio installed. Then, wait, y'all, wait. They give me another international. It's not the same one I had the second truck. They give me another international, and here's the kicker. It's a single bunk. Yo, it's a single bunk. Y'all know how y'all know we have a lot of stuff with us on the truck. I use my top bunk for my luggage bag and you know my laundry bag and stuff like that. They give me a single bunk. I bring the dude out. I look in there. I'm pissed. I'm pissed because now I got my luggage bag in the middle of the floor of the truck. I got my other luggage bag on the bed. I'm sleeping on in the so I'm sleeping at the edge because there ain't no top bunk. My toolbox is inside the truck because the side box is cluttered. The passenger side box had chains. Can't put nothing there. Driver's side, coolants, engine oil, straps. Once you put your airline in there, yo, ain't no room. I sit in that truck and I sat for 2 weeks with no load. I moved things around to just be able so I can be able to just lay down. And I sat for 2 weeks. Word, Chris. I sat for 2 weeks. And you know why I sat for 2 weeks this time? Because they couldn't find me a trailer. I looked the guy in the office, I looked him dead in his face. I looked him dead in the eyes. I said, yo, I'm tired of moving. I'm tired of moving. And I looked him dead in his eyes without blinking. Listen, I'm tired of moving. Right? Because that's my warning. Listen, I'm tired of moving. Yo, work with me, yo. You've been real patient. Just work with us. Just work with us. All right. Yo, you're only gonna be in this truck until the Volvo come back. I'm like, they was like, oh, you should have left some of your stuff there because when that come back, you can get in it. Guess what? I sat for 2 weeks right now. The Volvo ain't never come back. The Volvo's still at the dealership, damn it. Yo. Yeah, and the change wasn't even mine. The change was already there. I'm not taking no change nowhere. I ain't buy them. I ain't buy them. Nope, that's they chains. And I was doing lease. There wasn't no lease purchase, so it's a walk away, right? It's a walk away. I ain't buying no damn chains. I ain't buying no damn chains. So the only time I bought chains was when I had my Volvo that I bought. So I've been sitting for 2 weeks, y'all. 2 weeks, not a trip. They gave me a trailer. I open it, go inside, look at the walls, damage. Taking pictures, send it to dispatch. Now they working on it. I've been sitting for 2 weeks. Now, what makes my situation different? What makes my situation different is because my expenses is not crazy. Because I don't have no apartment, I don't have no rent, I don't have no mortgage, I don't have a car note, I don't have car insurance. That's the only reason. But I'm sitting there and I'm telling dispatch like, yo, I'm waiting on the trailer. The guy who handles the trailer at the company didn't even have my truck number down on the piece of paper. Because when I went in the office, I said, listen, I need a trailer. He was like, you need a trailer? I said, yeah. He was like, oh, what's your truck number? I gave him the truck number. He said, he sits down at the desk. I see all these other trucks ahead of me. I see all these trucks. Yo, it's about 6 trucks. Then he put my number down. Now, mind you, I don't run 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then go home. You know how I run. Y'all know how I run. Y'all know I'll be on my 2 months, 3 months running, right? Because I'm trying to recover from last year loss. Rebuild my savings account from last year loss when I had to tap the money when payroll had me jammed up and messed me up. I just came back from the NFL draft. I was already off for what, a week and a half. So, you coming back to fixed course. You start out, got 2 trips, then next week, something happened where you get stuck somewhere, you don't get the other trip in on time. So now I've been sitting for 2 weeks. I've been in the hotel. They pay for the hotel, even though I was doing lease because a lot of times that hotel fee is ours as, you know, 1099s. So I'm grateful for that because then I'll really be hurt. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, I'm looking at what's in my Robin Hood again. Right? I'm looking at what's in my Robin Hood. I'm looking at what's in my online savings account. So I can move some things around. And this is why I tell y'all, start putting something away. Because if you gotta bust a move, you gotta be able to get you a rental to be able to pack your stuff up and dip. Put that, get that, get you a credit card where you able to get you a rental and get home. Because it ain't no guarantee. Listen, they don't have to get you home. They might even get to the point and be like, oh, we'll get you a Greyhound. How much stuff you got in your truck you gonna put on Greyhound? Who gonna help you with all that? You at the bus station with a whole studio apartment with you and bags. Yo, Sherry boy, I was saying earlier, like, go to Capital One. Anyone who don't have a credit card, you trucking. Don't just have one credit card. Try to have two, but have one credit card for your way out. Have a way out of these trucking companies. Do your homework when you're gonna bust a move and go to another company. And listen, what someone else's problem is at that company don't mean that's going to be your problem. What they're going through at that company don't mean that's going to be your problem. And stop taking on someone else's reality of what they got going on at that company. Not saying that it can't happen. That's not what I'm saying. But when you start listening to drivers like, yo, don't work here, don't go here, don't, yo, you get in your head and you be like, nah, I remember him saying this. I remember him saying, "Yo, don't come over, don't work over there because they doing this." But see, that was their experience. That don't mean that's going to be your experience. Just like you can tell me, "Yo, Sin, don't come over here." Now, I can go over there and see how. And yeah, I can, take that advice, right? Take that advice. Go over there and see because my outcome might be different. You don't know what level of that person had with that particular company because everyone got different levels of toleration. So Get you a credit card and have one for emergencies, because then these companies can leave you straight stranded. And don't assume you can call back home and reach out to family and say, yo, I need an extra $500, $600, because right at that time, guess what they could tell you? Oh, damn, if you would have called me yesterday, I'd have looked out, I just paid this bill. How many times y'all done had that situation happen? And it might not even be 500. I'm just using 500 because, yo, two 100 ain't doing nothing when you trying to bust a move, unless you got a lot of people you can call. You call and be like, damn, yo, I just used my last 20. Let me borrow $20 till tomorrow. And then you're in a situation where you can't go back home because you need to go to orientation at another company because you missed the credit card payment. I missed my credit card payment twice, y'all. My credit score took a hit. My credit score took a hit. I was in the sixes. I'm back in the fives. But you know what? It's all right. You know why? Because I have the know how and I know what I need to do to bring my score right back up. Yeah, I might have that on my credit report, like late payment. But guess what? Thank God I have my credit card, and thank God I know how to bring my score back up. There's some people that don't even know how that credit game work. So that's why I felt this live was very important. I've been sitting for 2 weeks, y'all. I've been sitting for 2 weeks. It's only but so much I'm gonna say anything, and I'm done complaining. I'm done complaining. And sometimes when you get so frustrated, you gotta sit still. You gotta be quiet. You gotta sit still. TC, what's going on, sis? How the hell are you? Thank you for coming through, hollering at your brother. But sometimes when things is crazy, sit still. And first, the first enemy you gotta fight when things get crazy is your mental. You gotta fight your mental. You gotta fight that voice in your head that's like, yo, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. Your mind is your worst enemy. And you gotta learn how to battle your mind. You gotta learn how to just silence your mind. And it's hard when your money's messed up and you seeing every day you order something to eat and you look at your bank account, you sick of looking at your bank account because that balance is just coming down faster. Cause you Grubhub, you know how they got a tip in there. The tips is like $6 now. The tips is like $6. You order something from somewhere, have them bring it to you. By the time you look, the total order is $32. I've been sitting still for 2 weeks, no check coming in. But I put money away because I remember what I told y'all earlier. I said, yo, the one thing in life is, well, it ain't the one thing, but it's one of the things in life that is for sure. Something is gonna come and you're gonna have to be prepared. Something always gonna come down that pipeline when, like, it's one thing after another, and you just like, and you trying to find a way to just stay afloat, and the water's up to your neck, and the water's up to your neck, and you're just trying to find a way, and your people can't help you because they trying to find a way to stay afloat. and you go outside and you just walk and you try to clear your head, but you can't. You're stuck in that energy. You're just frustrated with your life. You just stuck. Like, yo, you praying and you praying and you like, yo. But if you know everyone has that moment in life when you go through these, you go down, you come up. Go down, you come up. And then a lot of times you get stuck on cruise control. You get stuck on cruise control where life just seems like it's moving automatic. Like you have a little peak here and yo, you don't really see no progress. You don't really see no gain, and everyone around you is moving, and everyone around you is looking like, damn, they ain't got no problems. It just seemed like everyone just got it good. And that don't even be the case. And you're trying to find your way, and without failure, there's no success because those go hand in hand. You gotta fail. Because when you fail, you know, when you fail, that's when you learn the most. But when everything is good and your money is good and you was bringing in all that money and you spending money, how relaxed was you? How relaxed was you? You was good. But soon as that money started getting crazy and things started backing up, you transformed into a different type of grinder. Why? Because you hate your back being against that wall. You start grinding harder. You start getting up and you start being more on point with your alarm clock. But you got to learn how to play this game of life because life is the biggest test you will always have to deal with. Life is always giving you a test. And when life gives you a test, your mind is going to talk to you. And if you ain't in control of your thoughts, you're going to write failure into your life. You're going to manifest failure into your life. And when you start talking that and understand the power of the tongue, oh, this ain't going to work. Oh, it's always me. Oh, I already knew this was going to happen. Guess what? You didn't even get to where you going to give it a try. And you already wrote the result. So if you're gonna bust a move and make a move and go to another company, you're gonna change jobs, you're gonna change careers, you better start sitting there and say, I am gonna make it. I see myself accomplishing this goal. I feel it in my heart. I'm gonna give it everything. Because if you allow your mind to space off on you, your mind will create the reality that you see in your head before it becomes a three-dimensional thing. Failure started with the thought. Failure started with the talk. Failure started with the feeling. So when your outcome turned out the way it does, what was you thinking before you went to try to accomplish that goal? Because failure is not an option. So you better start having a little bit more. You better start having more conversations with yourself. You better start sitting and start waking up every day and say, you know what? I'm talented. I'm gifted. I'm blessed. I know this is going to work out for me. I'm going to give it my all. And if you fail at it the first time, you learned something. You only fail when you stop trying. You go back at it again and you replay what you could have did better than the last time. And surround yourself with the right-minded people. Stop sitting around people that ain't got the same mindset you have. Because what you learning? I don't want to be the smartest one in the room. Get with people who want more, who's pushing more. They motivated because then that rubs off on you because they grinding and you be like, yo, you know what? That's who I gotta get around. But if you a chronic complainer and holding pity parties, uh, there's always something wrong with something always wrong when you're trying to do something. Maybe it's time for you to stand and look in the mirror and say, damn, you know what? I gotta change the way I'm thinking. I gotta change the way I'm viewing life. It's so many auto books, images on social media. You can read about the law of attraction. What are you attracting right now? Yes, chronic complainers. Chronic complainers. Oh, the sky is blue today. Oh, the sun is out. Oh, it's hot. Oh, it's raining. Oh, it's snowing. Oh, this. Then you gotta be mindful of your energy. You gotta watch for the energy vampires, the ones that call you, and every time they call you, it's the same thing they've been complaining about for the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks. And then when you get off that phone, you just drained. You're like, yo, be mindful of what you watch, be mindful of what you listen to, because energy does transfer. You ain't got to be in the same room. You ain't got to be in the same room with them people. You could be sitting right here on YouTube, poison in your ears, poison in your ears, and then exhausting your energy trying to motivate and support someone else, and they just always writing something negative over their own damn life. And you're like, yo, listen, try this, do this. No, they don't have to take our advice. Y'all don't have to take my advice. You don't. You take what you need and discard the rest. If none of this apply to you, then hey, you ain't gonna take none of that. After a while, you gotta you gotta learn to let some people just let life come kick them right in their ass. You got to. Cause you speaking and you talking and you saying something, you keep telling them, you keep telling, and after a while, I know for me, it sounds like a broken record in my head. Like, how many more times you're gonna keep saying something? You know, because now you got to stop looking at what they're saying and look at their actions. Because actions speak louder than words. Oh, I wanna go do this. I'm gonna go do this. And a lot of us is overthinkers. I'm a very overthinker. I'm a heavy overthinker. But I got people in my circle like, yo, Sin, gotta put your foot to pavement, Sin. Gotta put your foot to pavement, Sin. You got something. You can't sit and analyze something from 40,000 different angles. You gotta put your foot to pavement. And I'm grateful for the people I have in my life that's like, yo, Sin, you gotta do something. And you gotta be grateful for those type of people because they see what some people see greatness in you before you see it in yourself. And the right person and the right people will push you when you're gonna get this done. And you might not do it when they speak on it, but they say it for it to resonate and you sit on it. Yo, I've been sitting and I've been meditating. I got two pendants on. I got two crystals on, and I got two bracelets on. My two bracelets is to protect me from anyone that's wishing harm on me and to protect me from negative energy. I've been wearing my crystals. I've been on my meditation. I've been sitting for 2 weeks. I ain't been trying to argue with them. All right. Oh, we still waiting on the trailer. Okay. Okay. Y'all do that. I'm gonna sit still. I'm gonna sit still because I gotta raise my vibration. So I wake up in the morning and I start reading positive quotes to raise my vibration. And I Googled it. How to raise your vibration. Because there's a frequency scale that we all live on. God done pulled me through so many different things in my life, and this time it ain't like he equipped me with knowing when it's time to move. Usually I'll be like, yo, God, if it's time for me to move, and listen, I'm not super deep into religion. I believe there's a God. Whoever you believe in, you believe in. I believe in there's a higher power. And usually I'll be like, yo, God, if it's time for me to move, give me a sign. This time I didn't even ask. I didn't even ask. I didn't need to ask because he done provided me the knowledge I needed to be in tune with what the world is showing me in the three dimension in reality. And people base things off of what they see in the reality of their life right now. And everything starts from within. That's what it is. So I said, you know what? I'm going through this. And I said, it's gonna be there's someone going through it right now, someone who already came out of it, or someone who's about to get into it or been through it before. So I said, let me speak on it. Because someone need to hear this today. Now, what I'm gonna do is for me to sit and meditate on. It ain't for me to speak on. Yeah, I rock with y'all loyal. My subscribers, y'all already know. G Nation, we already know. Y'all know I come through here. I speak my motivation. I'm always trying to push. I'm always trying to push. I ain't got all the answers all the time. I'm speak on when I'm going through something, I just come and speak on it. Cause I'm like, damn, if I'm going through this, there's 1,000 other people going through it, or they been through it, or they coming out of it. And I'm working on my level of growth. I'm working on my growth. I'm seeking more wisdom, knowledge, growth as a man to be a better me. But this is my time for that. Everyone ain't gonna grow at the same time you grow. Everyone ain't gonna seek that wisdom and knowledge and growth when you ready. Some people you gotta leave them where they at to allow them to travel their path because it's something in their path that the higher power need them to learn from. And if they don't learn from it, guess what? Their life is gonna turn out where it's gonna turn out. You might want more. That don't mean that your best friend want more. You might want more. That don't mean your YouTube buddy want more. And then a lot of times people get content and they get comfortable. They get comfortable. They get comfortable. They get in that circle of comfortability. They can do whatever they want. They ain't got word. They comfortable with their supervisor. They comfortable at their job. They good. Why? Because it's comfortability. Now, is they making the could they be making more money? Yes. But they choose comfortability over the raise. They choose comfortability over the growth. They choose comfortability over a higher position. And sometimes maybe they feel taking that higher position with more responsibility, more headache. And you know what I'm learning? You got to let people be. Because I want to go to Hawaii don't mean everybody else want to go to Hawaii. Because I want to go do cruising, that don't mean everyone else want to go cruising. Because you want to take vacation and go to Vegas, that don't mean everyone around you want to go. They could say they want to go, but they actions. What do they actions say? That's what they mouth saying. They that the mouth is listen, mouth almighty. The mouth is always moving. Ba, 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 ba. The mouth is always moving, but what are they actions doing? And then a lot of times, you know, I see on YouTube, you can look at environments. You can kind of tell where a person is at. Sometimes just by their YouTube or what they say to you. When you start really getting tuned in with knowing energy, when you start learning how to read energy, listen, it elevates you to a different level in life. When you start learning how to read energy. And then, you know, some people will come and play in your face like you slow. Play right in your face. Play right in your face like you was born yesterday, like you was born last night, and play in your face. And sometimes you gotta just sit and you just gotta be quiet. Sit in silence. Yep. You gotta just sit in silence, right, Nadia? 100%. You gotta sit in silence because the bad thing is me, Nadia, TC, we are all cancers, right? And this is when you start. I started really looking into my sign because I just been wanting to know what makes me tick. How much do you really know about yourself? Right? So I don't know. One day I just said, damn, like, why do I respond like this? Why do I think this way? Why do I hold on to things like this? And I just started sitting in Google, just start like, yo, why do I respond like this? And first I had to go learn about my zodiac sign, like being a July baby, being a Cancer, like the characteristics of being a Cancer. Just look at your zodiac sign, and it's not just to understand your own characteristics. What signs you get along with, what signs you don't get along with. Yo, you'd be surprised what you learn. But this just comes with a level of growth, and not everyone is ready for that level of growth. And a lot of times we sit and we allow what people say about us affect us for a long time. We sit on it, we sleep on it. It poisons our mind, it poisons our thought, it stops production. Because why? We worrying about what someone got to say. Got we worrying about if someone's gonna approve or support us with the things that we want to do. But at the end of the day, one thing I want y'all to always think about: what if? Right? What if? And the reason why I say what if, because in your later years, do you want to be that person that be like, damn, what if I'd have did that? But you didn't do it because you were so worried about what everybody else was gonna say. You was worried about if people's gonna be like, nah, I don't think. people, because some people, it could be the closest person to you that'll talk you right out of an opportunity. You be like, damn, you right. And then later on, years later, you be like, damn, man, if I would have did this, or damn, what if I would have made that move? Where would I be? And guess what? You can't go back and change it. You can't go back and change it, and you be mad at yourself. I done did it. I done did it. Like, damn. And you gotta give it a shot. You gotta jump. You gotta jump. You gotta jump, and you can't be afraid of the failure, but you gotta enjoy the process. Sometimes things happen. Sometimes things happen to us. Sometimes things happen to us to push us to the next level because it's things in the world that know you ain't gonna jump. So a situation will push you off the edge and make you jump. And then in your later years, do you want to sit back in your later years and be like, damn, what if? What if? What if I would have went and got that rental property? What if I'd have went and got my pilot license? What if I'd have went and bought that truck? Yo, Trinity, that's crazy. I wanted to go into the Air Force when I was young. My sister talked me out of it. My sister's like, "Oh, you my only little brother," and yo, that. I don't hold it against her, but I just once she said that, I was like, and I love my sister to death. I am in trucking because of my sister. And there've been times where I sit and I'm like, damn, I wanted to play football. That ain't happened. Thought about being a lawyer at one time. That ain't happened. And this goes all the way, and this just goes back. Let's just go back towards high school. The things that you wanted to do that you didn't do. People, you know, I wanted to go in the Air Force. Wanted to play football. Wanted to go to Florida State to play football. I needed to get a physical. Told moms, I'm like, yo, I got to get a physical just to play high school football. Never got it done. Never played football. And there's times when I sit and I'm like, damn, where I could have been with football. Wanted to go to Florida State to play football. I always wanted to go to Florida State. Ain't happened. That was a wrap. Made it up to the 11th grade, dropped out, started hanging out. Dealt with, been there, dealt with low paying jobs, been there. So you ain't the only one that's in the world that done been in situations when you just sat by yourself and you just mad because you're like, damn, what if I would have did this? And not let no one talk me out of it. You're not by yourself. And you hearing it from my own mouth. You are not the only one. And you sit and sometimes you just look at other people and you just be like, yo, damn, they did it. I could have done it too. And when people is ahead of you. They just was more. They put in the work. I sit and I watch audio engineers on my music channel, and before I didn't want to put the work in. Did a little mix here, a little mix there, but you get when you put in half-ass work, you get half-ass results. Now I got to double back, and now I'm like, okay, I'm going to put the work in to really learn how to do this. Could I pay someone to mix my music down? Sure can. But then I'm always going to be at the mercy of always having to pay someone else to do it. It's like if I tell Nadia, hey, I need a thumbnail, and I pay her to do a thumbnail. And instead of sitting here at the computer and putting in the hours of work and learning how to do graphics and watching tutorials, because listen, YouTube University is here. You don't got to take a tuition out. And I look at these auto engine, I look at these young brothers on YouTube, and they mixing music, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, damn, I want to get there. I started looking up the word practice, like the benefits of practice. And I just started watching. I found certain audio engineers on YouTube that break it down to my learning curve. And I practice it and I practice it. And I got a composition notebook with recording notes. I got back to doing my music because I got stuck in this. Damn, is my people from back home gonna still rock with it? Because I ain't do it for such a long time. And you know what? It all sitting there thinking about that, all it did was stop me. It added more. I put more roadblocks in front of myself than anyone could ever do. And maybe some of y'all sitting and y'all realize like, yo, you put in roadblocks in front of yourself more than anyone else is. Because some things you worrying about, you don't need to be worrying about, and you have not found the way to let that go. Ain't nobody perfect. Everybody got a scenario going on. But those people that you watch, it's not about a jealousy thing. But understand this, they started from where you starting from. And once you sit and you dedicate your time and stop, don't spread your energy and try to learn how to do graphics and learn how to do graphics and illustration and Photoshop, and then you want to do music videos, then you want to make beats, then you want to rap, then you want to, you gotta put all your energy into that one thing or two things to get better. And then you got to do it on the days you don't feel like doing it. Because some days, you're just laying around, you're like, damn. And it's so easy to get lost with social media and shorts and Instagram. You get lost. You find yourself watching 1,000 shorts in a matter of 5 minutes. So for you to get better, you got to work on your craft. First time I mentioned I was doing music, that knocked it all out. Shouldn't have said nothing. Now I'm writing, I'm watching videos to get better as a writer. I'm watching videos to get better as an engineer. I got my situation with trucking going on. Figuring out where I'm 9 years in the game. Do I want to do this forever? All right, it's nice to be at the hotel, but I'm tired of being at the hotel. I'm ready to pull up to my own spot. Okay, what do I need to do? How can I get there? What steps do I need to take? So where do I got time to try to even allow myself to worry about what someone else is doing or what someone else is saying? And yo, as you start to get older, you learn a lot more and you start learning how to let things go. But it requires work all levels. And I don't come up here and I'm far from perfect. I have my faults. I made my mistakes and I will still continue to make mistakes. But I always sit back now and I try to, okay, what can I do better? How can I get better? Trying to read more, speak more positivity over my own life. Speak more positive and confidence in myself, self-esteem in myself. You gotta be proud of you. You gotta do that mirror work. You gotta stand in front of that mirror and you gotta have that mirror, that talk with yourself. Like, yo, you can do this. And look yourself in your own eyes and stand in that mirror. Even if no one even if no one likes my music, I'm doing my music because at the end of the day, when my life is done here, at least I can say, yo, damn, I did what I wanted to do. Because how many people you know or yourself, something that you wanted to do, but you never got it done. And on that note, I just wanted to come through here, speak to y'all from the heart, and let y'all know. Just have a way out. Don't allow yourself to be at a job where they got the opportunity to fire you and leave you stranded. Even if you don't leave that company, just have a way. Just continue to keep building your emergency money up. Get into learning how to budget. So on that note, y'all enjoy y'all Saturday. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for that. It was 19. I don't know how many was in the building. I just saw 19 not too long ago. I appreciate everyone coming through. Shout out to my mods. Thank you, Nadia. Thank you, Trinity, Dope Law, Chris, Chevy Box Boy, Eric Matt. Let me stroll out. TC for coming through. For real. So once I know what I'm gonna do and I do what I need to do, I'll come back and let y'all know what I've done. Stay strong, y'all, for real. Cause it ain't going to remember, learn to play the game of life. Balance. Let me see what Dope Lord said. Dope Lord said, thanks, man. I really wanted to share a couple of things about me. But you will understand I always had a dream. You know what? Hold up. Let me see. We need Dope Lord, you want to come up? Sometimes I didn't believe in myself. Your videos helped me to get my CDL. Yo, Dope Lord. I've been there. It's many times I didn't believe in myself. Or we always questioning ourselves. You know what I mean? For real. For real. It's just been times where I'm like, wait, let me copy the link. Hold on. Yeah, Dope Lord. I don't know if you want to come up, but I just dropped the link. So because you know I kind of just get in here, I do what I do, get out of here. You know, I don't, but Dope Lord said, now I drive for the post office. Be safe, stay encouraged. For real. For real. So, but we gonna get up out of here. I've been sitting, and as soon as I figure out what I'm gonna do, and I do what I need to do, you know, I'll come through and let y'all know what I'm doing, where I'm at, what decisions I made. Yeah, all right, Dope Lord. That's good though. That's all right. But you can do it. You can do it. And your learning curve is going to be different than my learning curve. And it might take me a little bit longer than you, and you might take a little bit longer than me, but that don't mean it's not going to happen for you. Because a lot of times we try to base our success on what someone else done did in a certain amount of time, but it's not your time. It's on God's timeline. That part. Y'all be safe. It's your boy Sinister the Trucker. And until next time, we out of here.